Every spring, you dig your soil, you add your compost, you plant your seeds, you buy the same inputs, you follow the same advice, and you get roughly the same results as last year. But here is the question nobody's asking. Why is your soil not getting richer every single year on its own, the way nature intended? Nature never buys fertilizer. Nature never tills. Nature never starts from scratch every spring. And yet nature produces the most fertile soil on Earth, and it gets richer every single season without any help from anyone. What does nature know that most gardeners do not? Matt Powers spent years farming in 140-degree California soil with no water, watching everything fail until he discovered the system that changed everything. In the next 15 minutes, he's going to show you exactly why your soil is not improving and introduce you to the 5 things that will make it richer every single year from this point forward. Pay close attention. What he shares next will completely change how you see your garden.
The soil is the linchpin, and if you get it right, all that other stuff's easy.
This talk was recorded at a past Grow Your Own Vegetables event, where Matt shared what took him years to discover about regenerative soil. For more information, free resources, and gentle guidance, you can find us at growyourownvegetables.org. And to grow alongside other gardeners just like you, join our free community at gyov.org.
Hey everybody, thank you for being here. Thank you for caring about food, your soil, your future, your communities. I'm so excited to talk to you today about regenerative soil, because the health of the soil is the health of the plants and the health of the people, the animals, everything else. It's one loop, actually. And so everything organic, everything living returns to soil, and then those minerals, that organic matter is the source material and for the plants to exchange with in the economy of the soil. So this is very basic in some ways. This is very foundational. And you may be like, well, I'm focused on tomatoes. I need my calcium and my, but this is the whole picture. This is all the cycles that go into it. The soil is the linchpin. And if you get it right, all that other stuff's easy. So let's get into it. What makes an old battery lose its charge? Have you ever thought about this? It's the differential. And sometimes they'll attach another source of electricity to it and shock it. And it'll actually strip that panel, and it'll have that differential again. Things get coated and corroded. And so that's one of the ways to fix it. And so the differential is gone. Everything in life, in nature, is about differentials, differences. You need opposites. Night and day, summer and winter, dry and wet. And the sky happens to be positively charged. And the earth is negatively charged. That's why we say we earth, getting those negative ions and all of that. It's because the earth is negatively charged. And so we want to keep these things that way, but unfortunately, oxygen has been in decline, and carbon, the organic matter of the soil, has also been in decline because of desertification and the way we've been doing ag. So when we till, we dry the soil out. When we till, we put oxygen in the soil, we oxidize the minerals, make them no longer available. The ones that stay in the soil are called oxides, and the ones that gas off are no longer available because they're no longer there. So we're driving things into regions where there's no longer availability. So this is a real thing. This is really important. The carbon loss of the soil is so easy to bring back, though. It's really important to understand that we don't need to create machines or an economy or anything like that around this. We just got to bring back nature. We got to bring back the photosynthetic capacity of the earth. Got to bring back the plants, the forests, the grasslands, and so and the coastlines and the kelp forests. 90% have gone off the west coast, right? And so when we think about bare soil in our gardens, we see the Fenton reaction in action. And so you're losing the nitrogen. See it gassing off on the right? You're losing the carbon as CO2 on the right. And the pH is going up, the EH is going up. You're losing the energy of the soil. You're losing the moisture of the soil. You're losing the fertility of the soil. So this is why we want to use mulch. You want to cover your soils, you want to clad it, and you always want to be planting a cover crop. Always have photosynthesis going and feeding the microbes in the soil. Always be adding carbon in. You don't want to be tilling it up, right? So this is where all those things that people are talking about find their clarity when we actually look at the context. So it's oxidation of soil organics. And then they leave it bare, like in Nebraska and, in Iowa, they leave it bare. And they might even spray glyphosate on it if they do. There was a thing when I was saying no-till, Grant Schultz would get like, don't say that, Matt. No-till here means that they just crimp the crops down after they harvest and then they spray it with glyphosate. And I was like, that's awful. And he's like, don't say that. And I'm like, well, they did that on purpose so that they would try to steal our words. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to say it like it is. Well, we need to protect the microbes in the soil, protect the fertility in the soil by covering it with living plants or a mulch with no pesticides, no herbicides, no chemicals. It's large stretches of uniformity that they're leaving in their wake. And then they use pesticides, fungicides, insecticides to kill the soil life and destroy the soil structure. Photosynthetic ag do that. And then it all goes into the waterways, right? And so a lot of people thought for a long time that nitrogen fertilization actually increased organic matter, but they figured out that, adding anything in a purified form that's part of the organic matter molecules will rip apart other things. So it's now well established that synthetic nitrogen, even though it's just a fertilizer, is also doing damage. They're draining the soil of life and energy, but we can fix that. Yeah, we can fix that. So water is also energy. pH is linked to humidity and soil moisture always. H2O, pH is measuring the hydrogen. It's the protons and the hydroxide. That's the two sides of things.
Here is where it gets truly extraordinary. Matt is about to share a number that will make you question every bag of fertilizer you have ever bought.
Okay, so it's energy, protons, H+, but it's also the hydrogen cycle at work, which is also seated within the photosynthesis cycle and the water cycle. So, yeah, hydrolysis, right? So we have to remember that these things are all happening in real time. Plants are a key component of this. Without plants, our world wouldn't work. And so for every 1% of soil organic matter that we're increased, we have an additional 20,000 gallons of water per acre. And obviously, if your soil is better structured already, it actually is exponentially more water. It's not just this isn't a fixed rate, right? So if you already have more organic matter, adding more organic matter is not going to just add 20,000 gallons. And if you have more structure, it's not just like sand and organic matter. You get some clay in there, some rock dust to have more sophisticated structure. You're going to see even more water holding capacity. And if the paramagnetism is higher, the same thing. So it's very important to remember that these numbers that people have, that we've noticed, that we've tracked, they're either averages or anecdotal. And that means that you could go more. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it means. Because they're either averages, right? So we flattened it, or it's anecdotal. It was this one time that Bob did this thing and whoa, right? So remember that. There's so much more potential. Have that hope. And the reality is it's not subtle. Look at the world. The pH difference is a flipping of the switch. When we fix environments that are desertifying, when they're fixed, what happens? We brought beavers to that area in Nevada, and then the beavers made lakes and wetlands and restored the whole area. It doesn't once a part of the year, 2 months, it all desertifies again. No, it stays wet. That standing water stays throughout the year. Everything stays green. It's not going backwards for a little bit or to touch that, or it's done. It's shifted. That's what it's like. It's a clear shift. And we can do that with our soils. We can do that with our local environments. We can do that everywhere. It's a flip, not a gradual change. And that should give us hope as well. The differential is everything, though. And so it's all electrical, it all has polarity, and it powers all life. The more acidity, the more energy. So let's energize our soils. Let's do it. Bring the fertility back and hold more water. Wait, who am I? I'm Matt Powers. I was a ski racer in New England. I became a professional musician. I was touring all over America, playing with all sorts of people. I met my wife. But my wife, when we got married, just 2 years in, when we had our first boy, got cancer. And it changed everything. And she continued to have cancer. And so we moved so that she could recover with her folks. And I began subbing in Fresno so that I could be home more. And then I became a teacher so that I could get the health care. And Oliver arrived, our sweet boy, and I became a quirky teacher, actually. I started mixing in permaculture and seeds and gardening, started doing things that were impossible, like this Peruvian corn that wasn't adapted to North America. I did it without realizing it was impossible. And then I started creating curriculum, started writing teaching materials for permaculture. And this is all throw-so. This is my first garden. And this is horizontally red Aztec spinach that the seeds that I was growing in a different area the same year were sold at Baker Creek heirloom seeds for a while. This is growing in 140-degree soil.
And this is where Matt reveals the definition that changes everything about how you think about soil and about your garden's future.
And it didn't have water on it for 3 months. So pretty amazing what's possible with heirloom seeds. And so I launched the curriculum. It was so successful. I actually left my job, and the books went around the world. The curriculum turned into translations. I started speaking all over the world. I started helping people all over the world, and then I became a citizen scientist in the process. My boys grew up in permaculture, in the gardens. They're big now. And I've written a few things. I've created a few things, and one of those things that I created in that process was for the Regenerative Soil Trilogy, and that changed everything because I applied first principles thinking to soil. That's what permaculture is. Humans and nature, first principles, and alignment go. And that's a big topic. But soil hadn't been done, and it's so niche, that I was able to do it and do it well, and it's changed everything. It was the first time chemistry and biology were combined. For instance. But I went down to the biochemistry, right? That's how you figure that out. There's nothing below that. So, quarks, but you can't track that. So, we got to stick with things we can track. So individual microbes, enzymes, ions, we can do those. So that's what I did. So all of this, though, has been focused on a bridge to the future. a bridge to the regenerative future where we bring integrity back into the system. We bring community back and have our kids and ourselves be able to make money doing the right thing, helping nature, helping each other, helping your community, helping ourselves all at the same time. And so there is a path to do that. That's what I do every year at our future, the Regenerative Future conference. So that's all I've been doing. That's what I've been doing. So what do I mean by regenerative? I use that word a lot, right? Well, it means better and better over time and self-healing. And with soil, that's specific. It gets better and better soil over time with self-healing abilities. So why is this all important? If you master this and unlock this, all the potential of your plants and soils can be realized. So what you're going to learn today is you're going to learn the 5 indicators of soil health, how to improve any soil, how to grow faster, growing healthier, more productive, and more resilient plants. These things will change your life because...
And this is where Matt Powers arrives at the question that changes everything.
So what if your soil improved every single season, year after year? That's what regenerative soil is.
Think about where you were at the start of this video, digging your soil every spring, adding the same inputs, getting the same results. Now look at what you know. Tilling destroys the minerals that took years to build. Synthetic inputs drain the life your soil needs to thrive. And your soil, left to work the way nature designed it, can hold 20,000 extra gallons of water for every 1% of organic matter you build. Matt Powers spent years discovering the 5 indicators that determine whether your soil gets richer or poorer every season. The question is, do you want to know what they are? If this conversation lit something up in you, there is more where this came from. Matt Powers goes much deeper in his full presentation, and you can access it along with dozens of other extraordinary gardening teachers completely free. Whether the Grow Your Own Vegetables Summit is running live right now or you are watching this later, you can still register and access everything. Register free and start watching. GrowYourOwnVegetables.org/summit.